Hello, friends. I'm here with Kate Muma. Kate, thank you for coming to podcast.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
You are American, but you are in Albania. What are you doing here?
So my dad came over to speak at the Jesus33 conference, and I got to come along. So yeah, I got to help sing at worship there, and get to do that tonight at church. So.
Yes. So if you come here, we put you to work. It's not only fun.
Yes.
And now you are here in this podcast, and I hope to get a lot of advice from your life experience for the Gen Z age group. Maybe not only for them, maybe whoever likes this advice. Because Kate is a daughter of a pastor. And the second generation of leaders, and we have this generation growing up in Albania as well, like my kids or other pastors' kids, and they have struggles or challenges, and we like to pick your brain, to get your advice on this. So I'll have some questions, and the first question would be, can you share from your experience, and I have written them here,
Okay.
so if I forget them, can you share about your experience growing up as a pastor's daughter? Can you share what has been the best part and the most challenging part?
The best part is partially that I know where all the snacks are at church. That's always fun.
Okay.
I also just really love being at church, and I've been at Genesis Church, the church that my dad's pastor at, my whole life, so 16 years, and so I know everybody there. And it's just really fun. I'm really comfortable there. I'm there all morning, so there's some days when I'm there 5 or 6 hours, and it's just really fun to be in that community.
Challenging parts.
I don't even really know. I feel there's nothing really that hard about it, but also the good part is being there so long, and sometimes that is not an easy part because sometimes I don't really want to be there, but most of the time I do. So yeah, yes.
So in the morning you have 2 church service.
Yes.
So you stay from the first church to the last church. The whole time you stay there.
When I'm serving, I'm there I'm there before that. If I'm not serving, because I serve on the worship team, I sing and play piano. I'm there from 7 to 12 because we have rehearsal and stuff. But if not, then I just go to second service, which is 10:30.
Super. Thank you. I like this. How has your faith? Second question. How has your faith shaped your upbringing, and how have you made your faith personal rather than just inherited from parents?
My faith has definitely helped me get through public school because that's kind of.
Do you have a lot of Christians in the public school, or half and half or less?
There's a lot of people who say that they're Christians but don't actually live it out. So I don't have that many
challenging.
Yeah, I don't have that many actual authentic Christian friends, and so that's kind of been rough going through that. But having faith stay fixed on, and church friends and church has helped me get through that.
Oh, super. So yeah, and that way the Christian faith is your faith. It's not because it's your dad's faith or your mom's faith.
Yeah.
So it's personal, it's yours. The third question, what misconceptions do people have often about you being the pastor's child, and how do you handle those? Do they have the misconceptions?
I don't really hear misconceptions a lot about being a pastor's kid. It could be because I just don't choose to listen to that. But I don't know if people think that I have to be perfect or something. But I know some people are oh, are you going to be pastor when you grow up? And I'm no.
Like your dad.
Yeah. But I think that some people think that because I'm a pastor's kid, I know everything, which I don't.
So, and you are 16?
Yes.
So you are almost over teenage zone.
Yeah.
But when you're a teenager, sometimes you make a mistake. That's what I think about my boys.
Yeah.
And it's I feel sorry for them sometimes because teenagers have to be teenagers.
Yes.
But they're under pressure that no, you cannot be a normal teenager. You are a pastor's kid.
Yeah.
So do you feel the pressure as well?
Not really from other people, but I can kind of get how that could be a conception.
Yeah, from school, or not everybody in school knows that you are a kid.
Not everybody really knows. Sometimes, like, my friends will come to church and they'll be like, they'll look up at stage and they'll like see the name on the screen. It's like Paul Mumon. They're like, that's your last name. I was like, it's my dad.
Okay, let's go a little deeper.
Okay.
What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that Gen Z faces in their faith journey? How can the church address those challenges? Because you are in a Gen Z age group, yeah?
Mm-hmm, I think. Yeah.
Actually, you are closer to Alpha than to Gen Z, but Gen Z is more.
I don't even know.
Your age group.
Yes, my age group.
What challenges does your age group face?
I think people definitely struggle with like, well, public school, first of all, is really hard because there's not a lot of Christians there. And so there's a lot of room to like bend faith and stuff, and people like fall off track a lot. But then also like social media too. I don't have any social media.
What?
Yeah.
No Instagram?
No.
No. What's the yellow sign?
Snapchat? Nope. If you count the Bible app as social media, then I guess I do. But I don't.
That's the only one?
Yeah. But
What's up?
Nope.
No.
I think that I watch my friends and they like with social media have so much pressure from it, and like there's so much
to be like that.
Yeah, there's so much garbage out there on it that I'm like, I'm glad that my parents didn't let us have that, because now I look in and I'm like, yeah, that's not good.
But let's stay here a little bit.
Okay.
So in the beginning it was parents that didn't let you have those social medias. But when was it time that you had freedom to choose to use them, or what age group? Not age group. What age in your life?
Like
they'll say after 18 you can choose whatever. Or?
I think that, well, sometimes my mom will just randomly ask me. She's like, "Do you want Instagram?" And I'm like, "No."
No, I'm not used to it. No, thank you.
No, I think like if I really wanted it, she'd let me have it. And I think like.
But how can we know about you if you don't have Instagram or social media? Because you are running, you're breaking some records, you are doing sports. How will everybody knows what you're doing? I
mean, there's a like sports page for my school that I get posted on sometimes that I don't know about. But
actually, I follow you and your brothers through your parents' social media. So they'll say, this Saturday we're here because it's this race and that race, and we see you through that. Okay. Mm-hmm. What would be the time that you'll open Instagram?
I would maybe get Instagram like as an adult, because I'm probably not going to be like as close with some of my high school friends, and so that'd be nice to like see how they're doing.
Follow up. Yeah?
But I don't need it right now, so I'm good.
Yeah. Super. So how can your church help this age group, these students? Because you are involved with the student ministry. Mm-hmm. And you help there. How do you help the teenagers in that ministry, through that ministry?
So there are definitely like some adults in my life, like my small group leaders. I have 2 of them are really great, and then I have another lady from our church who will take me out to coffee every once in a while, and she'll just like ask me how faith is going and stuff. So like having people like that in our church who kind of just like take time to like notice that, I don't know, you might need something, like they just every once in a while check in on you is really helpful and like encouraging.
That's very good. Okay. I'm liking this. Let's go deeper. What's one moment or story from your life that really strengthened your relationship with God?
Okay, this is a good one.
Maybe it was a success, maybe it was a failure, maybe you were sick, or you had some school problems or friends problems. Or...
Mm-hmm. So going into high school, like middle school and stuff, I did not have like any good friends, kind of.
What do you call middle school? What class?
It's 6th through 8th grade.
6th to 8th grade.
Yeah. So
that was challenging.
Yes, I didn't have any like good friends and stuff, and so that was rough. But going into high school, during cross country over the summer, I met a girl who I kind of enjoyed like being around.
What is cross country?
It's running.
It's running.
Yeah.
Okay, mm-hmm. I thought it was a different school, but no, it's running.
No, yes, it's running. There's cross country is like the longer running, and then track is like shorter running.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super. And there you find a friend.
Yes, and so as I got to know her better, I realized like she wasn't a Christian, And so I was kind of like talking to her about it. Like, this is over a long course and stuff. But I kind of invited her to our youth group called GSM, like every once in a while, and she said yes a couple of times. But she also was in swim, which kind of is really time consuming. Yeah, so she couldn't come a lot. But I kind of like, we had been talking about at church and GSM about finding your one person who you want to bring to Christ and stuff, and like, I really enjoyed her, and I was like, I want her to be
this is my one.
Yeah, this is my one. Like, I got to get her to come. And so I kept inviting her, and she said no a lot to church, but she finally...
I don't come.
Yeah. She finally started coming to church, and it was, like, cool. And so that was around, like, January-ish, and our church has...
This year?
No. This was, like, last year.
Last year. Okay.
And our church has this conference that we take youth to that's called... Move, and it's by this organization called CIY, which is like Christ in Youth, and I had gone to it that summer before, and it was like awesome, and I was like, I've got to get my person to move. And so I like asked her like all the time, like, will you come to move, like, come on, let's go. And she said no a lot. And so that was like hard, because this was like a long time, like she would say no like all the time. And so she finally said yes, like after months of me asking, and there she gave her life to Christ for the first time.
First time?
Yeah.
The first time she came to the conference?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then like a couple months later, I got to baptize her. And so I'd say like...
Baptize her?
Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
Like over that course...
Looks like you'll be a pastor.
Misconception. Yeah. So over that course was definitely a challenge in my faith, and I got to know God better through that.
Yes.
Like just seeing him work and like...
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Super. Another question would be, how do you stay connected with God in a world that is so fast-paced and full of distraction? It changes so much, a lot of distraction. How do you stay connected with God?
So I go to my youth group every week. So that's always like a good time to like slow down kind of and get with my small group.
When is the youth group?
It's Wednesdays after school at 6:30.
6:30. And then you said small group is the same?
It's like
small
in youth
group happens in the youth group.
So I've been like with those girls like since 6th grade. So it's like I can kind of tell them what's going on, and like it's good. And then I go to church every Sunday.
So these two things that happen in church help you stay connected with God.
And then I make it a goal to like every morning I wake up and I read my Bible before I do anything else.
That's good.
So I've been working backwards from Revelation, like I'm like reading the Bible backwards, and I've been doing that for like a year or two now, and I'm in Job now. So I like it's kind of rough sometimes in the morning, like reading through some of these Old Testament books, but like it helps me slow down, and I only do like a little bit of scripture at a time.
That's very good.
And then I'm also in a Bible reading plan throughout the whole year that goes through the whole Bible, the Bible recap, and so that is a little bit faster, but it kind of helps me just take time out of my day to like read the Bible.
Wow, that's very good. Thank you. So I hope you pay attention, the Gen Z that is listening. So first thing, how to stay connected with God is talk to God. Talk to God, which means read the Bible and pray. Super. Another one. What advice would you give to someone from Gen Z who feels disconnected from church or even struggle to believe in God?
I don't know. I know it'd be hard to, but if you find someone that you know truly has like Jesus living in them and they're living with like the joy of him, like go like make it an effort to like be with that person, because if they actually are following Jesus, then they're going to want to help you follow him too. So,
but what about disconnecting from church? Let's say he's a Christian, but let's suppose your friend that you brought to faith is coming to church. She's not coming anymore. Maybe she's a struggle. Maybe how would you bring her back?
I would probably just go in and talk to her. Like I wouldn't even go and
meet her.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be like, "Why aren't you coming to church? Like, what's up?" I just kind of
2 Sundays. You missed 2 Sundays.
You're being so unfaithful. I just ask her how things are going, like just in general, because from what is going on in someone's life, you can kind of assume what is going on in their spiritual.
Yeah. Maybe she has been sick.
Yeah.
She had flu.
Yeah.
Or,
I mean,
maybe somebody
yeah.
else, or maybe she was in swimming. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about sports.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said cross country running, but because we don't have that, can you describe what is that? Is that the school program? Is that the private thing, or behind the school, or how's sports there?
Okay, so I'm a runner, so I do cross country and track, and so that means that like every week or every day, 5 days a week, we have practice after school. That's like 4 to 6 would be the longest. 2 hours. Yeah. Running.
Okay.
And that's probably the shortest practice that happens like for all the sports at my high school, because in my county it is so like sports are like necessary. Like you have to like.
So if you're a student, you're doing at least one kind of sport.
Pretty much. Or if you are, you're like super dialed into it.
Uh-huh.
And I know my friends who are swimmers, they practice like 4 hours a day, which is insane.
When do they do homework?
I don't know. Like, I don't understand how they...
You have homework?
Yeah, we have homework.
Okay.
So it's pretty busy. Like, people get really busy really quickly if you're involved in our school.
So if, let's say, how many people are in your school, in your class?
In my class, there's about like 950 people. Like, overall, like, that's like...
Not your own class that you go.
Like...
So you are in the second year high school. In the classroom.
In the classroom. Yeah.
Yes.
There's like 20 to 30 people.
20 to 30.
Yeah.
Let's say there are 30 people. How many of those are in sports? Like half and half or more than half?
Probably half and half.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Super. Even looks like all your family is running. Joe, your oldest brother is running. Luke, the younger brother is running. You are running. Mom is running. Dad is running. So it's a lot of energy in the house. Run.
Lots of running.
So it's who was the first runner, mom or dad?
Mom. Mom ran in middle school, and she was very, very, very slow. And then she ran in high school and was a little faster. And then she ran in college and she was pretty fast. So uphill.
Who has the highest score in running?
Joel probably is the fastest runner. He's the fastest.
And he has got a lot of medals as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's. I don't really know them specifically because sometimes running is not that fun to watch. But he does have a lot of like medals.
Super. Next question. 2 more questions. What are some practical ways you think Gen Z can live out their faith daily? School, at work, not work, home, online, don't have online presence. How would they live their faith daily?
I think
how they show their faith daily.
Part of it isn't even like you have to go to school and like completely share the gospel every single day, but there's a way that you can do that through like your actions and through like living. Yeah, just like helping somebody who drops all their pencils on the ground, like leaning over to do that. Just like living like ways that like Jesus would, like just being kind, going out, serving others is like a really practical way to do that. Like just it's kind of hard to remember that at school when you're so focused on yourself, but like if you kind of just like eliminate yourself and go serve others as your goal throughout the day, that's probably a good way to do that.
What if you have social media? How would the other people know that you are a Christian?
Probably by what you post, because there's a lot of people who don't post good stuff on social media. So like by being clean on that and not doing any sketchy stuff.
What's your prayer and hope for your generation when it comes to faith or community or impacting the world? What do you hope and dream for all your generation?
I just would pray, like, for me personally, I pray that, like, God will use me in the way that he wants me to, and not that, like, I'll go on my own way. I don't want to, like, ever give up on him, because, like, I know that he won't give up on us. So, like, I think that's like the same for everybody else. Like I want everybody to know like that God has a plan for them, and it's like to go out and do that for him.
Super. Last question.
Okay.
Last question after the last question.
Okay.
You are in Skanderbeg Square. Do you see the square in Tirana? The huge square.
Yes.
And you have a microphone.
Okay.
That everybody can hear. And the square is filled up, corner to corner, full with the youth of your age,
Okay.
what would be 1 or 2 or 3 things that you want to make sure before I leave Albania? I want you to make sure that you know this, you know that, you know that. What would those be?
Ooh.
You're invited, big stage, 100,000 people waiting for Kate to say something.
This is a pop quiz question. I didn't see this one coming. I don't know. I'd probably like one thing say like, first of all, Jesus loves you. Like you can't say that enough. Like for that to actually be pegged into someone's mind, like you just got to keep letting people know that.
That's the best choice because we live in a Muslim context.
Yeah.
First of all, you say
he loves you.
Jesus loves them.
He chose you.
He chose
like,
you.
He handpicked you, whether you realize it or not, whether you're following him or not. He like was like, I like love that person, and then he has a plan for you too, and he's not done with you.
Yeah.
I think that's like, some people will be like, oh yeah, I already did blah, blah, blah. So he's done with me. I'm just going to chill now. No, he's not done with you. He's never done with you until like you're up in heaven. Yeah.
It's not done. Thank you very much. Anything you want to add at the end? At the end of the end of the end?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Kate. Thank you for coming with your dad in this mission trip. Mm-hmm. And who's next to come? Yeah, I think it's Mom.
Yeah, I think Mom.
So,
she's the only one who hasn't been here.
Yeah.
Unless if we get a dog, the dog might come.
Yeah, that'll make it complicated.
Yeah.
The dog travel over here. Because, yeah, Paul, Kate's dad, has been 5 times here. So, and one time was alone with a friend, and then was the oldest son, Joel, and then the youngest son, Luke, and now it's you, and yeah, it's Mom's turn. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would be great.
Yep.
And thank you for doing ministry with us at the conference and today, and hope to see you back in Albania.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, God bless you. Thank you for all your time and advice.
Thank you.